All right, number 3, stop giving potential customers unnecessary headaches. Revolutionize your frequently asked questions. I feel like I could spend a whole hour talking about this, so I'll try to keep this brief. You're basically looking at 5 steps, and the further down you can go this process, the more effective this will be for your business and for your website. Number 1, identify the most common questions and start at the bottom of the funnel. When someone's ready to buy, when they kind of just want to know those last few things, you know these questions. You're already covering them, sometimes before the customer even asks, on purpose during your sales process. You need to write those down, and you want to start with number 2 in our steps is short form answers. 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences max that just answers the question as best you can. Now, don't be afraid to give an answer that only is accurate 50% of the time. Just own that up front in your answer. So give a short form answer that's going to help the majority of the people, because for the people who know that's not going to be the answer, you're going to say in there are of course some exceptions. We'll be, reach out to us and we can give you a custom quote or whatever the situation is. You want to answer those short form questions as honestly as you can. That honesty is going to build trust. It's going to help establish the relationship. I came looking for an answer, and they did the best they could to help me quickly. Number 3 is start writing your long form answers. So your long form answer starts to account for most of those exceptions to the rule. It's an excuse to brag about the way you handle things differently, the process you follow, the expertise you bring to the table. Your long form answers cover the fringe cases or some of the situations you just can't get to in 3 or 4 sentences. Number 4 is consider your placement very carefully. So after you've covered number 1 and number 2, you've identified your questions and you've written short form answers. Then if you get to the long form answers, you want to go back to the short form answers and direct people from the short form to the long form and really think about where you're putting those things. Just as a quick note, long form answers make great newsletters or blog articles for your website. So in the FAQ section of your page, when you answer a question in short form, you may then say, click here to read about the exceptions, the special cases. And that might take them to a blog article or a custom page on your website that really dives into it in more detail. Think about where you're placing that. We have some additional ideas for how you should do that, and I think those are in the article below. Step 5 is take this off the website and start using it to save your team time. Short form answers you might already have memorized, but does your team know them? Is the person answering the phone able to readily give those on the phone? If you give a short form answer to a common question on the phone, you now have an opportunity to say, I'm going to follow up with you because you might have some more questions. I'll just send you a link to where I actually go into more detail on this on our website. And now you have an excuse to get their email address very easily, and you're giving them more information when it's appropriate without taking up 45 minutes to go through something that you go through every week.